Flosstube. This is Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics. Today is Tuesday, August 15th. Yeah, I can't keep track of the date. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I had a whole bunch to show and tell you. I have a few things, but I have a finish. I have a whip. I have plans. It's just been I've been just kind of floaty lately, and I've been I've been floaty about how I'm going to get work done. I've been frustrated with one of my suppliers, stuff like that. And then I've been focused on finishing the stitch piece because I want to. Usually when I get to the end, I'm like, all right, get it done, get it done. And then I'm sad and I'm not sure what I want to move to. And that's kind of where more of the floatiness comes in. I'm not sure what I want to start working on. So I guess I'm going to start with a couple of little things. First, Under the Sea Fabrics business. A lot of you know I offered on my Facebook page that I was going to do a bulk order of needles, and I'm waiting. I have gotten in touch with all 3 of my bulk needle suppliers in the last 2 days, and every one of them have said the same thing. We're waiting for an order from France. So whenever Bohème in France gets us stuff, I will get it all mailed out. When I decided I was going to do this bulk order for needles and offer it to everybody, I thought I will order, I'll put it out there. 10, 15 people might say, hey, send me 25 or 50 needles, and then I can justify ordering 1,000 and breaking them and put them on the website. And instead, 180 people ordered roughly, I think when I placed my first order, I have ordered roughly 10,000 needles for all of us. And there's just, all of my suppliers are like, well, here's 1,000 in this size, and here's 1,000 in this size. We don't have this yet. This will be in later. So I'm just waiting. I'm kind of playing the waiting game. I'm afraid if I call again and say, hey, where's my stuff? They're going to say, hey, you're annoying us. We're going to cancel your account. So I'm kind of in this I'm in this hovering pattern. I'm just kind of waiting. So as soon as they come in, I will get them all portioned out and I will get them all shipped out. That's kind of the best I can do. Next thing, I am working on sale orders. I think when I added it up, I have about 50 pieces left to dye. So I will get a lot done this week. The biggest thing I'm waiting is for 32 count Jobelan to come in. I don't know if I miscalculated when I ordered last month or what, but I'm just waiting for that to ship out to me so I can finish up. I think I have 10 people who are waiting for one piece of 32 count Jobelan, and as soon as that comes in, I will get it dyed and out the door. Last thing, excuse me. I got it. Fabric of the month for August is a color called Gia. It is and it looks a little peach here, but it is a taupe with some orange kind of modeled onto it. It's supposed to be I was going for a very autumny kind of neutral, so that's what that looks like. Sorry, my lighting's kind of funky. I'm standing, the windows, this is the window, so the lighting's coming from over there. More Under the Sea Fabrics business. I am working on revamping my website. Right now, all that I have up is fabric. I want to offer a lot more patterns, a lot more accessories. I know I've showed a few of them on the Facebook page as they're coming in. But I'm in this place where all I can do is wait. I'm trying. I'm working with the company to switch my website over to a different way it's hosted. It's kind of confusing, but it requires me to re-input every piece of fabric, every single option, every picture. But when I'm done, I will have a blog, which will be nice because I'll be able to share finishes gallery. That'll be a lot better. Like I'll be able to incorporate a finishes gallery and a blog, and hopefully I'll be able to host some of these videos on the blog so they're not just on YouTube. And so the whole idea is very exciting. It's just getting it all done. And also, it's also kind of frustrating that since I've started switching over the website, my email, like when you hit the contact me on the website, it's not working. I don't know why. It's not emailing me when orders come in. It's not contacting me when someone says contact me. So they don't know what's doing it. So we're kind of hoping that when we go completely switch over the website, it will all work out. I'm not a tech person. It's a miracle I can use my phone. You know, that's kind of the way things are. So first, I'm going to show a whip I'm working on. I've showed this before. I've stitched this before. But those of you who might remember, my dog Toby ate part of it. So I'm working on Summer in Nantucket again. We went on a 1 weekend vacation last week. My husband and I went to a wedding in Albuquerque. So this is what I kind of worked on the plane. I got all of it was like a 1 hour flight. So I just worked on the lighthouse. But I haven't worked on this in months. It just kind of comes out. It lives in my car, my purse, and when I feel like working on something away from home, this is what I'm working on. I'm using mostly Belsoise, and this is As You Wish Opal Newcastle. So it's going to be small. It's going to be about that big when done. I think it was like 5 by 4 or something. Very small. I don't know if I'm going to frame it. Not sure what my plan is for that. My finish, very excited. I finished The Master and the Cob. This is by the Cross-Eyed Cricket. Oops. So this is on Hamlet Opal Newcastle. So it is smaller, you know, it's stitched on a stitcher's eighth. So it's on a piece of fabric that is 18 by 13 or 17 by 13. I used all the called for colors. A couple of changes I made. It called for Snowdrift silken colors and Greystone silken colors. Well, my Greystone and my Snowdrift might as well have been the same skein of silk. So I just used Greystone for everything. So the whole moon is Greystone. The words were supposed to be like a pale blue, and I did those in Greystone so that they would stand out a little more. Another thing that I changed was like the bird's wing was supposed to be done in this purple color, and I chose to use the silk. Like there was a variegated silk that hardly got used, and I'm like, well, I'm going to use it there. Why not? And the last thing I changed, and I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in on this. This block, if you can look at it, the whole house is supposed to be Edgar Allan Poe's House of Usher. And then each window is supposed to represent a different short story. So you can see this one's The Pit and the Pendulum. This one's The Telltale Heart. Well, this one was The Red Mask of Death. But Cask of Amontillado is my favorite Edgar Allan Poe story. So I redesigned the square. There we go. So I redesigned the square so that it was a cask of wine with the wine glass on top. And in the story, the man gets bricked into the catacombs in, I think it was Rome, maybe. It was an Italian story. So he was bricked in alive while he was drinking this wine. So you can see I did like little bricks where it's bricking in the window. That was a lot of fun. I've been working on this project since October 1st of 2016. It was my Halloween project that year, and I worked on it all month and then kind of put it away. And then when I finished the Bellas earlier this month, I was kind of in a... When I finish something, I get floaty, and I don't know what I want to work on, so I pulled this out. And it was so close to done, I just kind of worked on it. So when I started on it again last month, I had the whole house done. The whole moon and everything up here done. The only thing I needed to do were the 3 windows and this part. So that's what I finished in the last few days. And now it's done. I have an idea for how I want to finish it. I haven't started that plan. But when I do finish it, because I'm not going to have it framed, I'm going to do like something different with it. I don't, like, in my head I have an idea of what I want to do, but I also have like, because the Halloween stuff are starting to come out in stores, and I'm kind of, my hair's crazy, so I'm starting to look at what I can kind of do, maybe to change, if I want to change the plan. So I'll probably decide the next month how I want to finish it, and hopefully it'll be done and kind of in a fully finished, you know, piece by the next video I do. Right now, I don't know when I want to start. I worked a little bit on my mermaid last night, Renaissance mermaid. I need to start something for my friend Kenny's birthday, so I'll probably work on that this week, but it's so small that it shouldn't take me but 2 or 3 days to finish it. You know, if I have time to stitch. That's what slows me down most of the time, is do I have time to stitch? So I don't know when I'm going to start, or what I'm going to work on, or what. I really want to start, like, I think this might be my next start, is, I showed this last time, the Voyage Home from the Cricut collection. I found a very cool frame for this at Hobby Lobby. So, but I don't know if it'll fit in its current state. So my plan is to leave the bottom, all this off, and just do the top and not stitch like the weird colors in the sky. Just do the sun and the moon and all of this. So, but this has got Herman Melville on it. It says all voyages are homeward bound. Herman Melville. So I think this might be what I work on. I don't know what fabric I'm going to put it on yet. I'm going to sit down and calculate the stitch size on that area, and then figure out like what'll fit, like how it'll fit in the frame I want to put it in, and then decide what stitch count. Right now I'm leaning towards stitching on this piece of 32 count. This is Whimsical Winter. Part of the reason I'm using this piece is because it's got brown dye spots all over the top. So, as I've said before, if there's a piece that's messed up, sometimes I put it up, but if it has a sizable area that I can use for something, then I usually save it for myself. Because why not? Stash. I do have, like, when I started thinking about it today, I'm like, well, what have I gotten in the last month that I can show you? I was like, I really haven't gotten a lot, but that's not true. Number one, it's my new stitching buddy. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. Love Harry Potter. So, I also love Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Eddie Redmayne has stolen my heart. This is an Alchemy. So when the pop figure came out and I really wanted one, I bought one. So, and then as a good like collector of collectibles, I was like, what do I want to, do I want to take her out of the box? Do I not? So glad I take her out of the box. She's been sitting on my stitch table when we play board games. She goes to the table in there. I just love her. She's so pretty. Right now I've been calling her Iris. My husband has suggested Iridessa. I haven't really fully formed a name for her, so I just love her. She's so pretty. Next, I do have some beads. I've been working on my Renaissance Mermaid conversion. I prefer to use Delicas. I like Magnificas okay too, but I really prefer Delicas. So I bought these beads to sub for the dark blue Magnificas that were in there. I bought this particular set of beads because I already had it in petites. Those were too small. These blue pearls are going to sub for the big blue beads that she has. I bought a couple of sets of 3 of the Briolettes, but I'm not sure, or Teardrop Swarovskis. I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not. And then I have a Starfish Swarovski. And my plan for him is the purse has a heart. Instead of using a heart, I think I'm going to use him. Still not decided. I probably won't decide on any of that until I get close to finishing it. One thing I have that is very fun and very neat is I have a friend who works at a thrift shop, and earlier this month she said, hey, we got some cross-stitch books in if you want to see them. And I was like, sure. So she brought them to me. And it's a whole bunch of books from the late 80s and early 90s. This one is Great Works of Heart, a very special craft book. Leisure Arts, copyright, where's the copyright page? You would think it'd be right here, but it's copyright 91. It's 1991. This one has more than cross stitch in it. It has like crafts and pillows and stuff like that. This one's 4 seasons of cross stitch from Better Home and Gardens. Let's see, this one is copyright 1990. The family on the front flying kites. The lady has very big petticoats. A lot of these have like God Bless Our Home and Home Sweet Home, etc., etc. Holidays and Cross Stitch, 1988. Some of it has some cool stuff. Like this dragon is kind of neat. I don't know. I was about to say, what does he have to do with holidays? Chinese New Year, apparently. There's some Easter eggs. So, Easter egg with a faceless doll. This one's Holidays and Cross Stitch, 1987. So, some of it's really pretty. Some of it I'm like... But, honestly... actually kind of think this is cute. I love you because use you. I'm not trying to show you the chart. I'm trying to show you this part. There we go. There we go. So I love you because use you. What I find charming about this is the lady who owned this before. Obviously, these were somebody's stash. Still has sticky notes, and on a couple of them I have found her DMC shopping list tucked in. This is cross stitch for special occasions. Let me see. This one is copyright 1993. I love her hair. There's a saying in Texas that the higher the hair, the closer you are to Jesus, and she is pretty close to Jesus, I think. Let's see what else is in this pile. This is the pleasures of cross stitch. This has a lot of pretty linens and stuff in it. So let's see here. Copyright 1984. So this one has linens and tea towels and stuff like that in it. And then she gave me these 2 booklets. This one is Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. This is I guess a magazine because it still has like a mailing label on the bottom. And the lady who had it noted that the Tooth Fairy pillow she wanted to stitch was in the top of this. And this was June 1989. And this last one is Fantasy Horses from Cross My Heart. If I stitch anything, it would probably be out of this. This is from 1990. One of my friends really liked a couple of the black and white horses, and of course I said, well, let me tell you. While I would not stitch it for you, I'd be happy to teach you how to stitch it. So this is, of all these books, this is probably the one I'm going to keep. I actually have a couple of the other books with projects already marked for myself in my own stash already. So, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm not going to donate them, but I have a couple of friends who really like kind of the older patterns, and so they might go live with them. The other patterns I got, first one is Ocean Boulevard from the Victoria Sampler. I have Beach Cottage from last year as a whip. I ordered this from my L&S Stitches from the Heart here in San Antonio. I also did order the bead for the bead and silk pack for this. Part of the reason I do this, especially with the Victoria Sampler, is even though it's an expensive bead, silk pack, this was $50. She uses so many silks and but in such a little quantity that I'd much rather just, instead of buying, let me see, how many did this have? Where's the silk guide? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 25 silks in this. 25 different silk colors in this. So for $50, I paid $2 a color and have enough for for everything I need for this. Versus, needlepoint ink's $6 a skein. Gloriana's $8 a skein. And there are, so I don't know how much Silk Mori is, Krennic Silk Mori. But there's 2 Glorianas, there's 11 or 12 needlepoint ink. That's not having to buy all those pays for itself. So whenever I have the Victoria Sampler and the Jeanette Douglas, I just buy the silk packs because it's worth it in the long run. I also got in some of these. These are gonna, one of them, this is for me. I don't know why I'm saying, oh, this is for the shop. No, this is for me. Prairie Schooler New World Sampler. So, of course, it's a sampler with a mermaid on it. Of course, I want to stitch it. Not sure what I'm going to stitch it on or when I'm going to stitch it, but I wanted this. I bought these. I bought one for myself and one to go in the stash for the business. So I have this one, Beside the Sea, from the Tiny Modernist. And that's Come Sail Away from Stony Creek. My friend Kenny showed me this, and I love it, so I ordered a couple for the shop, and I've ordered one for myself. So I don't know what I'm going to stitch it with or stitch it on. I like the variegated silk. I like the hanger. The hangers come in several sizes, so I'm not going to order mine yet until I decide what fabric I want to stitch it on, because then I can order the right size hanger for it. And then for myself, this is for myself, I have the Vino pins. I already have the Vino pattern somewhere for the block. It's the Block Party pattern from Hands On Design. So I have this one, and I have Vino, and I have the Seaside one. So I really should just get to those. I don't know how to finish them. I think that's what stopped me from starting them, is that I don't know how to finish them. I have gotten in the mail since I last made a video several. This is what I'm talking about. Floaty house. focus on one thing, and then once it's done, I don't know what to do with myself. I got a couple of months of my mystery bits from Stitching Bits and Bobs. I'll show you that in a second. Also, I ordered this from Ship's Manor. Eric posted that he had 2 orphan dyed fabrics, and did anyone want them? And I'm like, well, I want them. So this is a fat quarter of just random orphan dyed fabric from the Ship's Manor in 40 count. I think the reason I said yes was because he said 40 count. So I love stitching on 40. So I will put this away into my stash, and then in some time in the future when I say, hey, I want to work on something, that's what it'll, you know. And with it, he sent me 2 skeins of cotton floss. I love his flosses. I have several pieces of his fabric, but because I always stitch on my own fabrics, they just kind of sit in my stash. So that's going to sit in my stash, but these will get used. So the first one is Fairy Lights. It's a cotton. And then Confetti. Aren't they pretty? I do love his threads. So I use his threads a lot. His silks are phenomenal. I'm dropping everything. Leslie, you should put everything back in the bag the way it goes. And you know what's worse? After I finish filming this video, it'll all sit here in my office until I get tired of looking at it. It might sit here for a week and just be in my way. These I just bought at my L&S because I thought they were pretty. This is PB07 Petite Treasure Braid, the red. I think I bought this because I realized I didn't really have any reds. I was looking for a red for something, and I was like, why don't I have any red treasure braid? Hey, Toby. This is Petite Silk Lame 119. It's a really pretty, let's see if I can get it. There we go, that's really close. It's a really pretty teal. And then this is Petite Silk Lame braid SP 158. That's pretty accurate. So how's it goes over there? I know I said I went to Albuquerque a couple of weeks ago, and I visited a stitcher's garden there in Albuquerque. So I didn't buy very much. Their shop really, it was a very nice shop, and after chatting with the owner, I got the impression that they kind of ran more towards cutesy stuff. So there was a lot of Lizzie Kate and a lot of hands-on design. And there's nothing wrong with that. I tend to go, say, if I'm in a shop, I like to buy samplers and stuff that I can't find anywhere else. And my shop here at home carries Lizzie Kate. They had a very good selection of fiber, so I bought a thread, and they had a very nice selection of needle minders. So I bought a couple needle minders, but you know, I didn't go crazy. I bought this thread, so it is a Petite Treasure Braid PB201, so it's a bright lemon yellow. Again, not sure why I bought this color. I think it's because when I run, like I have a pretty good selection of treasure braid, but lately I start looking through it and I'm like, wow, I have a lot of blue. I have a lot of purple. I have a lot of gold and silver, but I like when I start looking for like colors for other things, I don't have any yellow, I don't have any orange, so I think that's why I bought it. And then I bought these 2 needle minders. Let me take them out of the box so they're easier to see. They're called Stitch Dots. I think they're super cute. This one looks like a sampler, like a patriotic sampler. And they come in these little boxes. And then this one also looks like a sampler. If I could get it out. But it says silk, needles, has scissors on it, stuff like that. I bought 2 thinking I might give one away for a gift. but that might not be true. I might keep it for myself. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I might need a gift at some point. So, and then these are my last couple of months of my mystery bits from Stitching Bits and Bobs. I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I always get, like, I have it set up so I get 2 skeins of Gloriana, 2 skeins of Silken Color, and then a selection of Splendor, Petite Treasure Braid, and Petite Silk Lame from Rainbow Gallery. So I'll start with the Gloriana. This is Slate Blue Light. I will say this. The lighting is kind of funky coming in that window, but it does show the threads pretty well. And then the other Gloriana is Branch Coral. You can tell her what colors you already have, and she will send you colors you don't already have. I did not do that because I'm just constantly adding to my own stash, like at random. If I go to a store and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty color, let me buy that. So, like Branch Coral I already have, but I mean, it doesn't matter that much to me. This is Silken Colors Chestnut. That's a really pretty brown. I like stitching with dark browns like that. And this is Straw into Gold from Silken Colors. I wish you could kind of see there you can kind of see it. It's got like some brownish colors weaving into some yellow color. So it's very much straw turning into gold. And then for Splendor, I got SP829. This is my favorite solid silk to work with. I love Splendor. I have S827. That's pretty maroon. And then S824. And then Petite Treasure Braid, I got PBO1. I will say this, I feel like she has sent me PBO1 3 or 4 times, but you always need gold. I mean, how many mirrors call for a gold, like an 002 or I think it's 002 or 202, 102. All of those are gold colors, so you always need gold. Petite Silk Lame SP15. I love that blue. It is super pretty bright blue. And then SP13, which is a nice lighter blue in the same color family. So that was July's Mystery Bits. This is August's Mystery Bits. There's something still in the bag. There it is. Okay. Gloriana, I got Olea Berry. This is one of my favorite purples to work with. I used it in Get Crackin', and I keep trying to find other things to use it in. I used it right here. I think that's Olea Berry in this. And then the other Gloriana is Sage. It's a pretty green. And then the Silken Colors I got were Mandarin, which is this pretty, it's not, that's pretty close. It's like a pale orange. And Pagoda Red. Look how pretty that is. It's like right between orange and red. I wouldn't call it orange and I wouldn't call it red. It's like that's in the middle. And then Splendor colors I got were S821. Another bright red. This is 809, S809. I already have this in my stash. I already know what matches my hair. And then S833, which is a green. And then as Petite Treasure Braid, I got a high gloss orange. PH13. Copper orange. I was looking for a copper thread the other day for something, so I'm glad to have that. And then SP06, which is a gold. It looks yellow, maybe a mustard yellow, between mustard yellow. It's probably mustard yellow with gold metallic running through it. And Petite Silk with my SP04. Is that 04? Might be 84. I can't really read it. And it's like a, I don't know what color, mauve? I don't know what color to call that. It's not pink, but it's not orange, but it's not mauve. I'm not sure what color it is. So I really think that might be about it. I'm working on fabric of the month. I'm waiting for fabric to ship. My best supplier, I have a great supplier in Witchell, and they ship me most of my fabric. But recently they switched their invoicing system, and it's taking them longer to ship stuff. And I don't know how much of that is that the invoicing system is different for them and they're trying to work their way through the kinks, or that it's summer, and I know during summer everybody takes time off, so you're short-staffed anyway. So it could go either way. I'm not sure which it is. I'm just kind of biding my time, I guess, just waiting. I'm just waiting. So I might have to, I don't know, figure out someone, see if I have other suppliers. I just really like Witchell because usually they ship very fast. Like, I will order on a Monday, it'll ship on Wednesday, and I'll have it the following Monday. I ordered on the 1st and it hasn't shipped yet, so we're 2 weeks in. And like I said, it might be summer and everybody's taking time off, so they're short-staffed. It might be the new invoice system, and once they roll out the kinks, I don't know. So I'm waiting for fabric to get here so I can finish up some of the rest of the sale orders, and I can finish up fabric of the month. Fabric of the month for September, I'm thinking about doing a sagey green, maybe with some gray. I haven't decided for sure yet, but that's kind of what's in my plans. And for October, I have to remember, I can't keep my mouth straight. For October, I'm thinking it might be a either a burgundy or a deep orange. Like, I have both of those kind of in my head right now, and it'll be whatever the test dyes decide are what I want to do. So I think that might be it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next month.